criminals looks like. Once again, this headline is running around, and when I see these headlines, I'm like, oh my god, Quentin Tarantino's comments are really, people are twisting it around like a twister, I guess. So, of course, a recent interview in The View, Samuel Jackson, who is a huge Marvel star, when they asked him, what do you think about Quentin Tarantino's comments on Marvel star, like Marvel movie star, they're not movie star. What do you think about that? Of course, he said, I'm really personally disappointed. Samuel Jackson, he, like in his comment, he bought Chadwick Boseman, whose birthday was yesterday. And I was really sad yesterday. I was like, oh. And then I see this was trending on Twitter. I'm like, come on, man. Why did you bring him in this conversation? Obviously, you don't know what they're asking you or what is this means. And Samuel Jackson, he will be last person to say anything about Quentin Tarantino. But I think personally, Samuel Jackson, he doesn't like that people think Quentin Tarantino made him a star. I have seen him in many interviews. Never really, I think he's not friend with him or something, I think. Because in this comment, when you read it, and he's calling, like he takes the, okay, in his comment, he said, it takes an actor to those particular character. Chadwick Boseman is Black Panther. You can't refute that. He is a movie star. I don't know. I don't want to be making comment about Chadwick Boseman. I just want to throw that out there. Chadwick Boseman is a huge star as a Black Panther on screen. People really liked seeing him. But although beside the Marvel movie, he didn't have a huge luck at the box office. Like his last year, a couple of years ago, one movie came out, like 21 Bridge. That was a flop. Also, his movie Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, that movie dropped on Netflix. That movie never trended on Netflix, although it was starring Chadwick Boseman. And it was airing after he passed away. But still, I don't want to say anything about him. But Quentin Tarantino, his comments on Marvel movie star, they're not movie star. I still agree with him, especially about Chris Evans, who is not movie star. Chris Evans movie. So many people who is defending this comment, you don't know. Recently, Chris Evans movie, The Lightyear, came out. He couldn't bring anybody to see this movie. This movie is one of the huge flop at the box office. Why would anybody think he's movie star? His other movie also flopped at the box office. Like, he's not able to bring people to theater outside of MCU movie. Although his MCU movie, even Captain America, they are not hugely successful at the box office. Neither is Chris Hemsworth, but Thor is. But Chris Hemsworth is also not a movie star simply because his movie, he is not able to bring people out to see in the theater beside MCU movie. Neither is Christian Bale. Recently, one of this movie came out with all this star, Amsterdam. And it flopped at the box office. What is movie star means? That is what we have to think. So movie star in general means is this movie star whose people goes to theater to see their movie just based on their name. That is like the example to me. Prime example is Will Smith. Like, he's always like, no matter what, like before this incident, Will Smith is a big movie star. So is Tom Cruise, of course. So is Leonardo DiCaprio. These are the couple of guys. I know many people will think Denzel Washington's movies, they're not huge at the box office. I will not consider him, although he is a huge name in Hollywood. But to me, I feel like these people are real movie stars. Like, when you heard Will Smith movie coming, people are like, whoa, they're excited to see his movie. So is Tom Cruise and all these people. Like Simu Liu, he's not a movie star or anything. I don't know why he was commenting. And Samuel Jackson, I think to make his comment make sense, he just threw Chadwick Boseman's name. And I'm like really upset that why did you bring up his name? Because everybody knows, like, all this MCU star, they're not a movie star. We know that. I'm saying all this based on these people's, their movie performance at the box office. Outside of MCU, nobody is excited to see Knives Out because of Chris Evans, although he has a big role in that movie, and nobody is excited to see Chris Hemsworth's movie beside Thor. That's what he was saying, Quentin Tarantino, in his comment. And even Dwayne Johnson, he's the biggest movie star. He like his recent movie flopped, what Quentin Tarantino said, I still agree what he said based on these people's movies box office performance. So even if Chadwick Boseman's example, although he's not in this Wakanda Forever movie, but Wakanda Forever movie looks to be very profitable movie right now at the box office, Black Panther. Because the name Black Panther, name or Black Panther, this is what bringing people to see this movie. Although this movie even doesn't have the lead actor. And yet people are going out to see Wakanda Forever. Like, this movie is a huge hit. It's almost crossing that $400 million at the domestic market. Why you think that? Although it is a Black Panther sequel, of course. But I do think these people, they're just randomly commenting on stuff when there is a evidence that outside of MCU, their movies are not hugely successful at the box office. You know what I mean? And I am saying all this based on this evidence. Not I'm just randomly saying, I love all this MCU movie. I do. I would say the only, I think maybe the movie star, like the outside of MCU, like I guess Benedict Cumberbatch, I would say his movies, people like he just recently got Oscar nomination last year, not based on MCU or nothing, based on his performance. Then Benedict Cumberbatch, such a talented and actor, he's a really talented actor. Like Robert Downey Jr., he's also really talented, and all the people consider Robert Downey Jr. to be a movie star. I don't see that much evidence is there, because if you are saying Robert Downey Jr. he's a movie star, that means he need to make a, although I bet his latest movie with Christopher Nolan might be hit. Maybe he is movie star because he was a star before he was in MCU, so maybe his exception. But I think Samuel Jackson, how he is mad at Quentin Tarantino, the guy made him a star. End of the day, there is a, like, I know, maybe he doesn't like that people say that, oh, Quentin Tarantino is a made Samuel Jackson star. End of the day, that is the truth though, because he gave him, like, when you look back at movie history, he's the first person to give him a big role in a big movie. Although Samuel Jackson, beside the MCU, his movies are not hit either. I think maybe he's like, whoa, is he calling me I'm not a movie star? Could be that. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment what do you think about his comment. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share my other videos and other topics. If you enjoy this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.